Hello, runners. This is Deepak here. 2 days past my ultra marathon, and I thought I'll do a small video uh, talking about my experience. And many of you actually pinged me directly and asked me to share my story a little bit. And so is Coach Bala. Bala asked me to do a small before we can do a larger, much bigger, maybe podcast or blog or something. I'm in the process of writing something, my stories, preparations, the whys stuff. But let's start at like basically the training itself. The training itself was a perfect, completely given by Bala. Only thing I did in the training was I added some more regiment. Basically, I wanted to make the training very difficult. So I added basically a bike ride. So on the weekend with Moni, we would ride around 40, 50 miles, 60 miles on the hills or plains. So that was one thing I added. And the idea was that that will help me build my CV, especially cardiovascular and my knees, because I wanted to have strong enough cardiovascular system and musculoskeletal system uh, to go through the 50 miles, and it did actually. And ever since I started the season 6, I hit the gym just before my long runs. So Bala said like like in last miso, I'll give you two long runs, and so basically like 20 miles, 20 miles, 22 miles, 16 miles. But I took that idea and I started doing from the week first. I wanted to make sure that like my body develops enough, because I had never done beyond 26 miles. So I didn't know. In fact, I wasn't able to find anybody who would guide me actually. I approached a lot of like ultra marathoner on a Facebook, but somebody would give like it's just too difficult and things like that. And I would read basically like some blogs and stuff. But the plan was perfect. What Bala gave me was perfect, immaculate. So I finished the training. I didn't miss a beat. Uh, that was the idea, like, and that is a clue for you. Don't miss even one day. Give your like 150%. And so I finished my training on October 2nd, and ideally I should have tapered for 2 weeks and the rest of 1 week. I didn't, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. So 3 days before the race, I planned out all the nutrition, hydration, and basically all the logistics, and who is going to support me on the race day, and how Moni is gonna basically help me with the refueling and nutrition and stuff. And I was in constant touch with Bala and Raghu Prasad, and I was also taking some like help from Mo, which I'm very thankful for all the coaches, So it was a perfect plan, and success is a planned event. It's not a fluke. So in my case also it was not a fluke. It's not a fluke. Before this, I started the season. When I committed to ultra marathon, that day I knew 50 miles is going to happen. I'll train for it. I will basically do whatever to develop my system, and it will happen. I knew that answer. I had to figure out how, and like coaches helped me figure it out. On the race day, I was ready. I was not nervous at all. I think like in the full marathon group, like we were talking about, some people are having jitters, they're nervous. For me, that was not the case. I was not nervous at all. In fact, like for last 36 hours before the race, I felt like unimaginable amount of calmness. Like it was almost like very spiritual. You're going to a war and you feel so much calmness. So I was very happy. I wasn't like ecstatic jumping, but I was calm. And I said like my goal is to just like show up on the starting line and basically execute the plan. And as I have like basically said before, run the mile that you are in, and that's what I'm going to do. So basically that night I slept, I carb loaded for last probably 36 hours. No protein, almost like minimal protein, minimal fiber. And so that went really well. I could feel that uh, I gained some weight, maybe 2-3 pounds, because of like for each gram of carb, you have basically 3 grams of water. And so I saw it's working, and I slept really well that night. I woke up around 3:15 or 3:20, and like rituals, morning rituals. I did my morning rituals, and then like all dressed up. My bag was ready. I had like 3 sets of backups for everything. Like shoes, socks, pants. Like my bandana, watch was fully charged. All that stuff. And then basically I started at around 4:40. I was kind of late. I had planned to start at 4, but actually I couldn't start till like 4:40. But that was okay. Like when I came outside, it was perfect weather. I mean, like the God was present that day. To be honest, I must say, I started, and my plan was to do like around my neighborhood. I would do 15 mile, and then my daughter Dia would wait for me on the driveway. And exactly as per the plan, it was very dark, so I had my headlamp on, and I finished my 15 miles, and my target speed was 12:30. I had trained all my long distance at around 11:45 or 11:30, and my CP is actually 9:15. But I wanted to give some benefit to me, and I wanted to basically do ultra marathon at like 12:30, because there are a lot of like unknown variables, in the especially after mile 24. So I wanted to give some lactic threshold, like I don't want to deplete myself of those things, energy. So I finished my 15 mile. Then Dia joined me, and then we ran to Mithachan Trail, which is like 2 miles from here. And I was hydrating, and I was hydrating basically every 3 miles, which was around 36 minutes. And how much I would hydrate, that was calculated as well, around like a zero point 0.4 ounces. I mean, sorry, 4 ounces. And every hour I was refueling with a half carb sandwich, white bread and plain potato, no spice, nothing. And it worked like a wonder. Everything went perfect. One thing was wrong. As I said in the beginning, right? I didn't taper well. I didn't get one additional week. And before I started my run, I had felt that my lower calf on the right leg had not recovered well, and I knew that it will show up in the race. Like around mile 20, and it did. I shared a video with Bala. He interviewed me first after mile 22nd, and at that time, like I was feeling that it will give me trouble in next like hour or so. So my pain actually started around I would say mile 28. By that time, I had already finished Boston like a marathon, and at target speed, like absolutely flawless execution till that time. And the pain actually got really worse at mile 32. It was very excruciating. Like I wasn't able to, I was able to. I was thinking like how to resolve this problem. Like so, I kept observing my pain for some time, and Moni was helping me massage with a deep tissue massager every 30 minutes, and that kept the blood flowing, and it kept breaking up the buildup of the lactic acid, and other people helped me too, like Akash and Anjali. Mona was there. I just cannot thank enough this support group. So from mile 32 to mile 38, the pain was unbearable, and I had a decision to make. What I'm gonna do, because by that time I had already finished like 50 kilometers. Means technically I was already an ultra marathoner by that time, but that was not the goal, right? Goal was to go 50 miles. So I said, let's keep under observation. I'm going to observe my pain and focus back on my breathing, and it worked like a wonder. To be honest, it worked like a wonder. I brought my attention back to my breathing, and by 38, like pain was there, but it was basically I was able to. I knew I can take this pain now. I gotten used to the pain. I was able to run on with this pain, and but still I had like 12 more miles to go. So I was thinking, like let's see, keep looking at like how it's gonna go, right? And I kept like hydrating. I kept refueling myself, and by 43rd mile, I just like went in the zone again. I just, pain was like I couldn't feel, like my attention was not there. And by the time I realized, like, it was already 47 mile done. So just imagine, like, from 38 to 47, I don't know how time passed. I was in such a meditative position at that time. So by 47, the pain was, it looks like pain was tired of itself. Pain was gone too. And I knew it's done deal now. So at that time, I saw a lot of people start cheering me up, and so I finished my 50 mile. At that time, I felt like I have a lot of energy left. My cardiovascular system, my HR was very stable. My target HR was like around 135 to 145, and it behaved exactly. Vascular system was perfect, and my mind was very strong. I was, like lost in my thoughts. I was in my thoughts. I was constantly talking to my mom, my grandfather, like who's not there anymore. And Moni was kept supporting me. You got to have this kind of support system in case you wonder to take such an endeavor. Your partner has to be in complete sync, and your kids as well. They were very cooperative entire training process, and that day as well. And I finished, like with a lot of energy left, a lot of positive energy left, and I was very happy that a person like me, who never dreamt of doing basically an ultra, can do such a big feat with sheer hard work and a lot of support from coaches, Bala. And it's my I did it for basically this group. I just wanted to prove that anything is possible, and especially for kids, girls, women in this group. You have to take care of yourself. You can take care of everybody else, but you have to also take care of yourself. This is your life as well. And this is, in my view, it just gave me like, I feel like I'm reincarnated, I'm reborn, mentally and physically and spiritually, actually. And I'm gonna look at my life from very different perspective. Like I'm already thinking like I'm getting a lot of my friends actually, asking me to write a book, write a blog. Maybe I will. If it benefits the human being, the fellow human beings, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about character building, and that's what had resonated with me about Bala. He wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to be part of that rocket ship. So many more to come. I think maybe Iron Man in next 2-3 years. If Bala can train me, who knows, right? Sky's the limit for everybody, not just for me. So dream big. On the race tray, just breathe, and pain will happen. By the way, so it's your thing. Either you focus on pain, or or focus on your breath, which will basically take you, carry you on. Okay, so go ahead and get it done this Saturday, October 16. I mean, I'm going to be there to support and cheer you all up. And whoever is not here, I'm going to support you virtually. I hope my messages, my story of a little bit helps you, think bigger for yourself. So with that, I would conclude this message. Really apologies for longer message. I hope you can make some time to listen to it. Catch you later then. Thank you.